We're at eTravel Europe with Clinton Campbell of Apex Hotels. Welcome. Your presentation was about hotel revenue performance, and you claim that hotels, it needs to be about more than just crunching the numbers, matching price and availability. Why is that?
I think hotels have got a bigger responsibility these days to take a wider commercial approach to how we try and engage with our customers to attract them to one of the most cost-effective distribution channels.
So, but if the revenue managers need to take on a more commercial role, how do you select these people?
It's difficult because traditionally revenue managers have come into the hotel industry from a reservations or a front of house background. I think these days if you were to recruit a new person to come into the hotel industry, they don't necessarily have to be from within hospitality. Basically you need someone who's innovative, someone who's bright, someone who can communicate across all channels within the distribution platform, but also internally across all the different functions within the hotel that are trying to sell to these guests.
I'm also interested in the influence of OTAs. I mean, how much control do these revenue managers have these days, and how can you mitigate the effect of OTAs on price?
I suppose as hoteliers we do tend to moan a lot about what the OTAs are and what they deliver into the hotels. I think the sensible approach would be to say, let's embrace the power of what the OTAs can do. Let's have open relationships with the OTAs to say, we've got a need for international guests perhaps, so if you focus on international guests, we'll focus on our domestic market, and let's see if we can try and bring our customer and our revenues to increase through that approach rather than everyone fighting for the same business.
But do you think OTAs are ready for that sort of partnership? Because up until now they've been pretty demanding.
Reasonably demanding. I think they do a really good job at selling rooms to guests as a marketing platform, and hotels do a really good job at servicing those guests when they're in the hotel. In recent discussions with some of the main OTAs, I think there is an appetite now that we can perhaps be a little bit more dynamic in terms of the business that we want to attract, both from the OTAs and with the hotels.
And from a technology viewpoint, because you already said that the core business of hotels is servicing guests and not so much investing in technology, is it possible with what you've got right now to do revenue performance at a high level?
Yeah, technology is a difficult one for hotels because we've got capped budgets. Obviously, our focus has to be on what we deliver to the guests, and there's a lot of payroll costs for front of line staff. So I think there is an opportunity to use technology perhaps in a smarter way that we can do things more efficiently across all those channels. So there's a lot of investment to be made in technology. Generally, hoteliers have been slow to adapt into new technologies, and I think it's a sit-back attitude, wait and see what's coming, rather than being the first people to try new initiatives. So I think we need to leave those to other industries, and then we can maybe replicate some of the success that they have in those industries within the hospitality industry as well.
Thank you very much.